Welcome to our Homestead vlog for March 21st, 2022. Today, Bunkie will be giving updates on 2 challenges that she's involved in. And it's finally time for our feathered friends to go back to the vineyard.
We have a permaculture vineyard, which means we use organic pest control. Pretty much meaning our ducks are the only way we keep bugs out of the vineyard, and it is finally warm enough for us to let our ducks out there. Plus, my drone finally came back and it's repaired and it works and everything's great. So I was able to get this awesome clip of our ducks in the vineyard and chasing them with my drone. Unfortunately, they kind of moderately forgot how to get outside of the duck pen, so that took forever.
We're also working on a song that came out from a movie we like called Encanto. And we had so much fun with the last song we did, Little Bitty. We're working on this one to make it even more fun, and I'm really happy with our plan for it, and I really hope it's going to come out really well.
And now to Bunkie and her challenges.
Chicks, music, homesteading, and more. Today is my official entry for the hashtag Come Salsa With Me by Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It. Speaking of collabs, this is my Peter Pepper. And Mr. Joe is doing a challenge called hashtag GSG Peter Pepper Challenge. So I joined and I decided to show my Peter Pepper here today because Mr. Joe is sponsoring the hashtag Come Salsa With Me by collecting seeds for it. So I thought I should show my Peter Pepper. Rules for the hashtag Come Salsa With Me challenge can be found at Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It. And I'll leave her link at the description below. But I know my friend, Miss Mel, is not big on rules. And I'm not big on cilantros or jalapenos. So, I'm using the Brandywine Red Dwarf tomato, right there. A little there. I'm also using Red Wing Hybrid Onion, which is looking kind of leggy. And I'm also using parsley. Now this parsley and this Red Wing Hybrid Onion are planted in my February seeds. And there's much more than this, but I'll leave a link to that video in the description too. But that's the parsley. And I'm also putting this carbossi pepper in my bucket. And now this pepper is looking amazing. Look at these. This is the flowers. And I'm amazed that it already has flowers. I'm so amazed about that. The carbossi pepper I actually picked because it's a little sweet and a little spicy. So you have a mixture of the both, and I really wanted to try it. So I picked that. So it's a spicy on one hand, and it's a sweet on the other. So I really want to try this.
Bunkie really knows peppers, and if you'd like to see how she grew hundreds of pounds of peppers on straw bales last year, wait for the end card or see the description.
And as I promised in my last video, I'd show you how I prune or trim my peppers and my tomatoes. So here, I'm just, where'd my scissors? Here it is. I'm just going to trim this leaf, and I'm just trimming this branch. Like that. And if it's okay, you do not have to be afraid to cut these branches. Actually, some people have to, it's actually all of the people who grow tomatoes have to cut off one of these things called suckers is what I call it, because we don't like them. But we also call it the lateral meristem. So whatever you want to call it. You want to call it suckers, call it suckers. Want to call it the lateral meristem? Call it the lateral meristem. But sometimes you have to pick that off. I usually pick them off. But as I was saying, do not be afraid to be cutting branches off. Actually, one time I used these branches to make new cuttings. New tomatoes. Free tomatoes. So, I wanted this one gone because trichomes. As I said in a couple other videos, these little fur, I call them fur because they fur basically on the tomato plant. These furs are called trichomes. And these produce roots on the tomato. And that is awesome. So, I'm planting it deep in the 5-gallon bucket. Now my hands are dirty. I'm planting it deep in the 5-gallon bucket. And that means more root. And that means more water. More food from the dirt. So let's get started. Okay, so as you saw, it is deep. So the stem is like, imagine you in dirt. It's like covering your legs so that the roots can go out. And your roots there's going to be more roots because as I said, the trichomes will be in roots. And that means more water and food. So next is the calabacy pepper. I'm going to have to dig another hole for this. But first, we have to prune. So, I'm just going to cut off. I don't want flowers. These flowers, it's very good that it has flowers. It's grown so much. But I don't want those flowers yet because that will give me less peppers and I want more peppers. So doing this pruning will help this have more peppers. This plant have more peppers. So I'm just gonna cut this branch right here. Next, my onions and my parsley. So I'm starting with my onions. Actually, where'd that spoon go? I know I had it. There it is. So here, I did this for my experiment with egg cartons. I'm talking with a metal spoon here. I did this with my egg cartons. I just scooped the dirt out with my peppers, my pepper plants. Actually, this pepper plant right here. So this is what I did to get it out. Now I'm just going to steal a couple onions from its bed. Say they'd all live in bed. That's good. Okay, so I scooped it up. Very unsturdy. So before I put this in the dirt, I'm going to dig small holes. Small hole. Not as big as a tomato and pepper because these are different and these do not need big holes. And there. Oh. It fell out. I'll just have it that. Bury its roots. Okay, so now I'm just going to do finger there. Okay. Just burying it there. Now the onions are done. I just did like enough for salsa. Okay, so next is my parsley. I'm gonna take my handy dandy spoon. Okay, mission accomplished. Okay, messy hands. So, that's my salsa garden with a little twist. It's my indoor container garden, salsa in my kitchen. And remember, if I can do it, I know you can do it. And I love salsa in my kitchen.